Madison Keys, the defending champion at the Australian Open, was visibly nervous as she took to the court for her first match of the tournament. The weight of returning as the reigning champion was palpable as she struggled to find her rhythm, dropping the first 4 games against Ukraine's Oleksandra Oliynykova. The nerves seemed to paralyze her at the start, with Keys admitting afterward that she felt too timid and unable to fully trust her instincts. However, after a shaky opening, she eventually found her composure and fought back, ultimately securing a 7-6, 8-6, 6-1 victory. For Keys, the match marked a crucial moment in her defense of the title she had won a year ago. 12 months earlier, she had pulled off one of the most stunning victories of her career, defeating Aryna Sabalenka in a thrilling 3-set final to capture her first Grand Slam title. At 29 years old, Keys had finally broken through, after years of coming close but falling short in major tournaments. However, despite the euphoria of winning in Melbourne, the year that followed was less successful. She failed to add any more titles to her collection, and in 2025, her form dipped. Early exits in Brisbane and Adelaide left her feeling uncertain about her game, and as the Australian Open approached, she openly admitted to the nervousness she felt about defending her title. Before stepping onto the court at Rod Laver Arena, Keys was upfront about her anxiety. She admitted that she had been mentally preparing for the pressure of playing as the defending champion. "I think at the start, I just felt like I was playing a little timid and not really trusting my first instinct," she explained after the match. "I kept changing my mind about what I wanted to do. I wasn't sticking to my plan, and that was slowing me down. My footwork suffered as a result, and I was reacting instead of having a clear strategy." The contrast between Keys and her opponent, Oleksandra Oliynykova, was striking. Keys had already played 49 Grand Slam tournaments, a wealth of experience that was supposed to give her an edge. Oliynykova, on the other hand, was making her Grand Slam debut, ranked 92nd in the world, and facing a player in the top 50 for the first time in her career. Yet it was the Ukrainian who seemed to have the upper hand in the early stages of the match. Keys started off poorly, serving 3 double faults in her opening game and losing her first service game. Oliynykova took advantage of the American's nerves, breaking her serve again and quickly racing to a 4-0 lead. Keys was unable to find her game for the first few games, unable to shake off the doubt that had crept in. The crowd was tense, wondering if the defending champion would falter in the face of the pressure. However, after falling behind by such a large margin, Keys started to fight back. She cut down on her unforced errors, took more time between points to focus, and found her rhythm on serve. With each game, she seemed to regain a little more confidence. She managed to break back, then won the next 5 games in a row to level the match at 4-4. Despite the progress, Keys' vulnerabilities remained exposed. In the next game, she was broken again, and it seemed like the momentum might shift once more. The first set was now poised for a dramatic tiebreaker. Keys was trailing 4-0 in the tiebreak, and at this point, it looked like she might lose the first set despite her efforts to rally. The nerves that had plagued her throughout the match were threatening to take over. But in a true display of grit, she refused to give up. She saved 2 set points and, with the crowd behind her, managed to fight back. After a series of critical points, she took control of the tiebreak and clinched the set with a blistering cross-court winner. It was a pivotal moment, an emotional high after a rocky start that seemed to light a fire in the American. The dramatic comeback was a turning point. Keys had survived the early pressure and now had the mental and emotional momentum to press forward. In the second set, she broke immediately and surged to a 4-0 lead. The confidence she had struggled to find earlier was now on full display. Her serve was firing, and her movement was fluid. Oliynykova, who had played so fearlessly in the early stages, began to fade. Keys wrapped up the match with ease, taking the second set 6-1 in just 35 minutes. The match, which had started with so much tension and uncertainty, ended with Keys in control and with the win firmly in her grasp. After the match, Keys was visibly relieved but also reflective. She acknowledged the nerves she had felt at the start, calling it a privilege to return to Melbourne as the defending champion. "I've been thinking about this moment for pretty much a year," she said, her voice tinged with gratitude. "Coming back as the defending champion has been a big part of my focus, and it's such a unique experience. Not many players get to do that." She mentioned a conversation she had with former tennis great Lindsay Davenport, who reminded her that very few athletes have the opportunity to return to a Grand Slam tournament as the reigning champion. "Lindsay told me that I should embrace it and enjoy the experience," Keys explained. "And while I was nervous at the start, I'm really glad to be back and to have won this match." For Keys, the victory marked more than just progression into the next round of the tournament. It was a crucial moment in her journey to defend the title she had won so unexpectedly a year ago. The nerves she had felt on court were not just the result of a tough opening round, but a reflection of the emotional and mental challenges that come with defending a major title. The pressure of being a Grand Slam champion for the first time is unlike any other, and it takes a unique mental fortitude to navigate it. Keys' ability to compose herself after such a shaky start and fight through the challenges showed why she is a Grand Slam champion. It wasn't just about skill. It was about mental toughness, resilience, and an unwavering belief in her ability to compete at the highest level. While Keys' first-round victory was not without its difficulties, it was a testament to her determination and the fire that still burns within her. Despite the doubts she had before the match and the nerves that almost got the best of her, she found a way to win. That gritty comeback, which included saving set points and fighting back from a 4-0 deficit, proved that Madison Keys has the mental and emotional strength to defend her title. As she moves deeper into the tournament, Keys will need to improve on her early performance if she hopes to lift the trophy again. But one thing is for certain. She has the resilience and heart of a champion. If her second-round performance is anything like her dramatic recovery in the first, she could be on her way to a successful title defense. For now, she is simply grateful to still be in the tournament and to have overcome the nerves that nearly held her back. Keys' journey to defend her Australian Open crown has only just begun, and she's already shown that she has what it takes to compete with the best, no matter the pressure.